Hey everyone. So I had mentioned about when doing cloth diapers, I was gonna get a mini portable washing machine for my cloth diapers. Um, just because I'm gonna have to be washing them so frequently. We do have a large household, so tying up the washer all the time for diapers is going to be inconvenient for, laundry for the rest of our clothing. And also, I was just kind of like, ew, poopy diapers in the washing machine that we're going to wash our clothing and stuff in. So I got the portable washing machine and I watched some reviews and they seem to work really well. But one thing that I found is in the reviews, people actually were not using it properly. So hopefully this video will help. I'm not sure how this is going to work because I'm going to have to pause it. So I don't know if it's going to cut off the video and if I have to try to patch them all together. I'm not very technically savvy. But anyway, so here it is. It's not the perfect setup. I'm going to have my husband build me a little stand because this table that I have is a little bit bigger than what I need, and it makes it difficult for me to get in to the spin dryer side of the washing machine. And the hoses that came with it, and this is something that a lot of people were finding where the hoses were a little bit too short. So maybe that's something these manufacturers, and it wasn't just this model, it was a lot of them. Sorry, my bathroom sink is a mess because we kind of moving things around and trying to figure stuff out. But the only way for me to have enough length with the hose is to have it sitting in this direction along with the drain hose for the bucket is very short. So I have to use this bucket for it to drain into because the hose isn't long enough to reach anywhere else, whether it be the toilet, the tub, the shower, the sink, plus it's gravity. So if I have the hose going up, it's not going to drain as well. So I also had to buy a adapter piece for my faucet that this slips onto because the piece on the hose wouldn't stretch over my already existing faucet piece, which was this. So this is what I had on my faucet, and it wouldn't fit over that. So, and then I noticed with the water, I don't know, we don't have super great water pressure. I mean, it's good, but it's not really, really powerful. But this kept popping off, so I had to get a hose clamp that I can just kind of loosen and tighten as needed to take this off when I'm not using the washing machine. A quick connect so it won't pop off. Because they only give you one for this end, which is it's designed to quickly loosen and tighten. So, because you have to move this to the other side for the rinse, which is where people were messing up. So, like I said, it did take me a couple of rounds to figure out exactly how to properly use this, because I found a lot of people were not rinsing clothing, and they were going to be wearing, if they hung them, either way, they were going to be wearing soapy clothing. I don't know if they realized that later on after they did their videos, but so this load was one I'd already washed and didn't rinse because I had realized after, I'm like, wait a minute, these didn't rinse somehow, and they still have some sort of soap in them. So I'm going to rewash it. So this is all of my inserts my diaper inserts, doublers, the Stay Dry liners, and washcloths for diaper changes, and because I have the reusable organic bamboo cotton washcloths for the wipes. And then I have just regular baby washcloths for extras, and, you know, obviously some for bath time. So it actually holds quite a bit. But I did notice that if you put a full load in the wash tub, and I'm not going to put soap in because I already washed these with soap. But this is what I'm using. That's what I'm using for now. But there are a couple other ones. Like, if I can't find this one, I'll get the 7th generation one. That's for hypoallergenic and stuff. So I'm not going to add soap to this load because I already had soap run through with this load. It just didn't get rinsed. So what I'm going to do now is make sure, okay, so I've got it on normal. You want to make sure it's not on drain, otherwise it's the tub isn't going to fill. So I'm just going to run all of them on normal. Like, I don't really see a need to run them on soft. And we do cold water because we live in Arizona, so even the cold water isn't really that cold. So there it is, filling up. And I'm going to fill it so that it's about here. It does have, you can't really see them, but it does have lines. Like, here is the line for high for large load. With like high absorbency items like these with like cotton and stuff. So you can fill it up to there, and there's a medium and a low depending on the size of your load and the material of your laundry. So where I have to use the 5-gallon bucket, I have to kind of stand here and watch during the drain to make sure that it does not overflow. And I've got like towels and stuff all over my floor right now because the hose had popped off. I didn't have a hose clamp on that. I was like, oh, it's fine. It pops right on. It was a pretty snug fit. And it popped off, and water ran out of the hose like all over the place. And I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to pause you, and we'll be back in a minute when this is full. Okay, so we're pretty much full, and I'm gonna shut the water off. And also, I didn't mention, so I mean, there's all kinds of places you can buy these. I got mine on Walmart.com, and it was sold through a third-party seller, so it was factory direct warehouse. And this one was like somewhere around 140 plus tax. So yeah, so I'm just gonna run it. The first time I ran, I put it on the full 15 minutes when I had the soap in, but where I'm just kind of starting over, kind of showing how the full cycle works on this video, I'm just going to do it for like 6 minutes. So you've got 3, 6, 9, 12, or 15 minute settings. And it just agitates it one direction, and then it will stop and go in the opposite direction. And we'll be back when that is done. Alright, so it should be done here in just a second. Okay, so there goes the timer. And now we're going to drain into this bucket. So I'm going to turn the little knob thing to drain. And it's going to drain right into the bucket, and I'll just dump that into my shower. But like I said, you may have to, depending how much water you have in the wash tub, you may have to turn it off from drain back to normal, which will stop the draining process, and you can pull the hose up. Okay, so I'm going to change it back to normal, off from drain, so that I can pull this hose out. And it's got a little clip so that you can hang it and it won't drip everywhere. And I'm just going to dump this bucket and we'll be right back. Okay, so I've drained the bucket. I'm just going to put that back onto drain to let the last bit of water finish draining out. And while that is doing that, I'm going to switch this water inlet over to this one for the spin cycle. So we'll be back in a second. Okay, so I've got it switched from that one to this one. And I did notice that these do leak just a tiny bit. I mean, you can see it's not a lot, but I don't want to tighten this too tight because it's just plastic, so I don't want to break the plastic for the inlet. But it does seem to leak a little tiny bit, even with the hose clamp on there. So I'm going to leave this on drain. And then in here, there's going to be a little basket cover thing. So you take that out, and we're gonna switch over about half of this load, because this was a fairly large load, and so I found that it works better with about half of the full wash tub. So it's already pretty full, and then we'll put the plastic cover thing in. So you just push it in, and I just kind of press it down. Okay, and then we're gonna close that, close this, and we're going to turn the water on just very low, and then I'm gonna set the timer for 2 to 3 minutes. So I'm just going to do 2 minutes because it just kind of got somewhat of a rinse in here where I didn't put soap. So we're going to go 2 minutes, and I'm just going to turn the water on just a little bit. So yeah, we've got some water flowing. You can see the bucket is slowly filling as it is spinning with the water flowing in. Now I can't open it and show you, because if you open it, it will stop the spin cycle. So as you can see, there's the water leaking. I guess you just put like a piece of tissue or something if you don't want it to run everywhere. And when that's done, we'll be back with the next step. Okay, so it is done spinning with the water running, so I've shut the water off. And now I'm just going to try to get some of this water like up and into, okay, I guess, But either way, so now that we've ran it with some water running through the hose during a spin cycle, now we're going to run it on a full 5-minute spin cycle to get all the water out, because it's not really dry because we were running the water while it was spinning. So we're going to do a full 5 minutes and then we'll be back when it's done. Okay, so we're back, and it just finished up. Pull that out, and then this stuff I'm gonna actually put into my dryer. So the only things that I'm putting on the drying rack are the cloth diapers and these organic cotton doublers, because I think those are gonna really shrink. So the rest I think will be fine in the regular dryer. Oh, and the muslin blanket. Well, no, that'll probably be alright. It is organic cotton. That'll probably be alright in the regular dryer. Oh, sorry, I just got this shooting pain down my hip. And, okay, so this stand that I have, this table, is actually a little bit more than what I need. I only need like a 1.5 by 2.25 foot, so like 2 foot 4 inch, somewhere around there, stand. So I'm gonna have my husband make me a more adequate size stand so that I can get in this space to be like directly in front and make it easier to load or unload. So I have everything out of the spin tub, and I'm just gonna switch the rest of this load over, and we're gonna do the same thing with the water running for about 2 minutes, and then we're gonna do the 5-minute spin dry. All right, and make sure we put this little cover thing on. And my bucket is getting pretty full, so before I start this, I'm gonna drain the bucket. So we'll be back. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn that to about 2 minutes, and we're just going to crack the water. As you can see, the bucket is going to fill up as that's running. So we're just about done. And I'm going to shut the water off. Okay, so I'm gonna run that with no water and then on a full 5 minutes, like I did last. And the last thing that I wanted to show you is actually in the wash tub. So there is like this little lint trap thing. Let's see if I can. Okay, so, and that's gonna pop out, and you can see that there's some lint in the little lint trap. And this just pops off right here so that you can empty all that lint out after each load. So I'm going to do that and we'll finish up this video. I hope this was helpful, and if you do decide to purchase one of these for any reason, there's all different kinds of models, so I would definitely watch different reviews to see how well they work and if it's something that's, you know, gonna be for you. But thanks for watching and tuning in, and I appreciate any feedback if you have used one of these, if you have any other tips, because obviously I am new at this. Please leave it in the comments below. Thank you. Have a good day.